Hello, everyone. Good day and welcome to One Global Movement, Building Hopes and Dreams, where we speak with hearts for children, women, and young people worldwide. When we speak up for women and children, it therefore means we are speaking for all families because we cannot get a child involved without involving the parents or the adults or the caregivers around the children. So, if you guys are not speaking, just mute yourself, okay? So that we can be coherent here. So, thank you. So, I'm just going to mute. Uh, uh,
Mhm.
yes. So, it is so important today and tomorrow and while learning from yesterday. And I am really grateful that we have people that have a good heart that are supporting children and women worldwide. But we could not have arrived at this point without Mr. Ash Mufare. And we must know that because the way I was brought up, you appreciate the finger that fed you. He has fed
Mhm.
us with something new on the world stage, something that I have never before experienced, and I know that a lot of us have not. And bringing us under one umbrella to provide solutions that come from their heart, solutions that come with cleanliness, the cleanliness that our children need, solutions that call for high integrity, solutions that call for our spiritual involvement, our cultural involvement, and our values. That is why we are here. That's why we always ask that all of us, anyone that comes here, they come here with a good heart because we cannot pretend to raise children without raising them with a good heart, with the truth, with the integrity that God created us with. And so we must do that for our children. And we start from the cradle. Start from the cradle or even start from the womb. We don't wait until these children start having some challenges out there before we start helping them. We start right away from day one. The minute they are born, we have to speak life into their existence. We have to speak blessing upon them, the blessing that we were created with. And when we continue to do that, these children will grow up to be happy human beings. They will know how to resolve problems when they occur. And they will learn to know that challenges, so long as you don't give up, it's just a way for us to keep climbing higher and higher. It's a uh, welcome, Melanie. Welcome, everyone. So I'm just going to mute us here so that we don't get noise while we are waiting for Esther. So thank you guys so much for taking the time. We don't take things that concern children and women lightly because when we look around the world, we see it. We see what women and children are going through. They are used and they are dumped. They are killed. They are made to go hungry. They are made to go homeless. They are begging on the streets. And some of us, we support the wrong cause in life just because we want to get away with things or we want to do things only for ourselves. We take greed and power and put it there without knowing that that is the wrong way to go. You don't know tomorrow. When you're not here tomorrow, do you know what those children are going to face if you don't teach them the right things? This is what we are all about here. And every child matters. We're not just talking about some children and not talking about the others. That is why when they say celebrating Black History Month, that does not sit well with me because we are supposed to celebrate all histories. Why Black History Month and why only this month? Isn't it supposed to be every day, all the time? This is so important because when we see that statement, there is a twist to it because it means there is a problem there. Instead of saying this and we say all, and so when we celebrate all children, all histories, we are celebrating humanity and therefore celebrating the one that created all of us here. So those statements, sometimes we're not just going through them to follow. You have to think it for yourself. Why Black History Month? Why not all the time? Why only Black history? Why not all the history? Children come from various histories and cultures. That's what we are talking about here. Every child matters. Every woman matters. We should not have to distract people, distract our mindset to say, here, we celebrate this, you should be satisfied with this. No, children are never satisfied because they were born as little tiny explorers. They want to explore, they want to build, they want to experiment, they want to grow, they want to create. And that's why we are here doing that, regardless of our differences, regardless of the color of our skin, regardless of the way we were brought up, regardless of our culture, regardless of our level of education, regardless of our bank account, regardless of every other thing that we think that is something that we need to put into people's faces. No, a human being is a human being created by God in the same image like you and I, all of us. If we come to terms with this, we will begin to do things the right way. Before you know, the world will change for the better. So that is what we are all about. But we couldn't have done this without Mr. Ashmufari, because he himself showed it in the way he brought us together. He didn't just say, I'm going to bring people from my village. He didn't just say, I'm going to bring only my family together. He said, I am going to bring the world together so that we will use the clean, safe, and valuable technology that he's still building to help the world. And let us put our hands together. Let us do the right thing, telling the truth, not trying to tell a lie, or to say, to be making him, to put pressure on him to do it, because we have achieved the first step, according to me. I don't know about you. We have achieved the first step, which is human resource. If you are taking that money and you don't build yourself up to lace with people well, to interact with people with truth and integrity, what are you then doing? You will not get to where you want to be. So we need to really appreciate him for what he has done to bring this world family together. And that is why I have so many beautiful minds here. People that are thinking the same, people that want to do the same, people that their dreams are the same, but they have different ways of achieving those dreams. Then we come together to do that. Let us continue to pray, put our hands together for him, for one another, and for those that matter. So I thank you guys again so much. I thank the audience that are supporting us, truly supporting us. Don't come here to disrupt, because if you come here to disrupt, we will give you a time out. We'll give you a time out, because the way our children are going is as a result of you and I trying to do what we are doing on these platforms, not just this one, on other platforms that have been brought about by Unpassive. We're trying to do the wrong thing, and this is why our children are going through what they are going through. But we are here now. Mr. Ashmufara is here now to lead us, to show us the way, to begin to correct these things. We're not just talking about correction to the corruption because of money that people are stealing. No, we don't care about that, because without correcting the things that we have been born with, or without working so diligently to correct these things, it will not happen for us. It will not happen for our children. That money is going to be a plague to you and I. And for me and my household is all of us here. And the children that we serve, we are going to do the right thing. Even when the right thing goes against me, when it goes against me, I know that that's the right thing, because when it goes against me, it means it's telling me something. It's telling me to look around, to think, to reflect, to see how, when, and what can I use to do this thing again differently that is going to help, not just me. So we need to dig deep down. When you are being angry, we're born with anger, but God also shows us and gave us a choice to channel that anger to something else, to do something better. So don't be angry at Mr. Ashmufara. If you're angry at Mr. Ashmufara, I take it so personal. I take it personal, because I know that he came with the kind of solution that I've been looking for in the world to help champion the cause of children, women, and young people. And so when you are angry, it means that you are the one causing the problem for these people, this most vulnerable population in the world. When we speak the truth with prayers and we do the right thing, Mr. Ashmufara will succeed quickly. Even the forces that are against him not to succeed, the forces will fall, because we are here together, putting our hands together and our mind, making sure that we are taking action and doing the right thing. Remember, he says we want to uplift humanity, but we cannot uplift humanity without a good heart. That is what he means. So let us all try to do the best. It might be difficult because the world tells us something else, but the truth is there. the truth is there for you and I, for all of us here. So thank you, Melanie. Thank you so much for always joining us here, because I always think that you are working, but when you take the time to come here, I think it's such a beautiful thing. Even Sister Yvonne that takes the time to research and do a lot of things to help me with, I really am so grateful. And our managing director that takes the time to make sure that things are going well. And everybody here that is really, truly patriotic to Unpassive. We want to thank everyone here. So yes, and we were waiting for Esther to come. If she doesn't, we're just going to go ahead. So we are now in the Mantle of Hope Revolution, part 303. We're going to keep climbing higher and higher. All right. And we also have the recordings Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, which we urge all of us to go there. And our families, let us anchor ourselves to something for humanity. You cannot live a life without living your life out of yourself to serve others, especially the most vulnerable that we all know. So we are in the Mantle of Hope Revolution, part 303, Black History Month. But I'm going to say celebrating Black history and all the history of the children in the world with a unique story. A unique story is the story of Esther. Esther, who is one of us here, she's going to come. Wherever she meets, or if she doesn't, she will still come and she will tell us about this unique story, because we yearn to see. While she was gone because of some challenges that involve family. Where family is concerned, we have to drop everything and focus on the family first before focusing on other things. Even before coming here to One Global Movement, we have to drop and focus on our families first. So she went through some challenges, but she went through them because she was determined. While she was gone, Sister Yvonne can testify, we were still communicating. She was still working behind the scene. She was still praying for One Global Movement and Unpassive. We were communicating. And now she has that stability and says she will come here and she will tell her unique story. But now that she is not here, we always have a lot of things to talk about our children. We always have a lot of things to talk about ourselves. We do. And so we have stories upon stories. And I'm going to open the floor with my own unique story, and I'm going to give a synopsis, just a synopsis. And I know my story is a story that represents a lot of us here. I know that to talk about somebody's unique stories, to reveal certain things that some people consider private, it's difficult for some people, and people don't like to own up to their stories. But our stories need to be heard. Otherwise, we cannot help these children. When your story is heard, when you talk about your story, you are not just only empowering yourself, you're finding solutions to your unique story, but you're also at the same time building that confidence in children to know that there is a place here for them, that they are allowed. We are here to listen to them, to tell their stories without being judgmental, without being criticizing, without passing, without even assuming, knowing that they are humans, just like other children. You know, this is so important. And also knowing that it is private. Whatever we talk about here should stay here. It should really stay here, because we are dealing with the most vulnerable population in the world. It should stay here. So, you know, before Esther comes, or if maybe she's having internet difficulties, we always have a lot to talk about our children. You can talk about the stories of powerful young people that are transforming the world, like Malala. Malala is a young girl. You can talk about a lot of stories. They are there in your environment. You can talk about those stories. We see them every day. Like Melanie Mukamugema was talking about a unique story when she went to the store. And then Sister Yvonne was talking about a story that she went somewhere. We learn, we are growing by learning from unique stories. And these are real life stories that we can use. So now, how did this One Global Movement come about? One Global Movement come about as a result of a unique story. And a unique story of one little girl. And I was a first-class eyewitness to this unique story of this little girl. And this unique girl story started at a very young age. And keep in mind that before this story came to surface, this story is a very controversial story. And controversial in the sense that it embodies a lot of things that you would think, oh, wow, can this really happen to this little girl? But remember, the most important people that are transforming the world in a positive way are people that have gone through a lot of controversial situations in life, and they made it and they transformed. What do you say, Sis Yvonne?
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. Sister Melanie's asked that you bring her back and she got knocked out
Oh,
by accident.
I'm sorry,
Thank you.
Melanie.
Thank
When I
you.
start
Thank you.
talking, I don't even look around. Well, I'm sorry.
Mm.
So we want to know. You want to make sure. I take an example from where I was born. The first president of Cameroon, Amadou Ahidjo, was an uneducated person, but he had the character. He had the integrity. He had what it takes because he knew that he was a child of the Most High God, and he set out to do good for his country. And he did to the best of his ability, even though with a lot of disturbances, because those things are always going to be there. Those things are there to teach us. So this little girl was conceived, born, and partly raised in a very controversial situation. And at the age of 3, this little girl was thrown away, like given away without love, without anything, to a distant place. And the mother, despite the cries of the mother and the grandmother, and nothing happened. But all the same, she went. The good thing that came out of that was that she was educated. She was sent to school at the age of 3, at a very young age. And uh, education is the one important thing that we all need. It doesn't have to be formal education. It doesn't have to be classroom education. It can be any kind of education. And every education matters. You are a PhD holder in what you are doing. It comes from the mind. It's not a piece of paper. I always say this. It's not a piece of paper. You know, the real education is education of character, and it comes from the mind. So this little girl went to school and graduated from what could be called here as preschool. And at the age of 11, the father demanded that she be sent to the village. And she was sent to the village. Little did she know that marriage was already arranged for her. They already arranged a husband who was 28 years old for an 11-year-old. And so she went. That little girl loved to eat meat, loved to eat meat and other things. And when she was in the village, they always took her to this husband's compound, like we call it, to go and visit. And she was happy because they were feeding her with meat and all the good things, treating her so nicely. But one day, this little girl's grandmother was summoned by this little girl's father to come and have a meeting with him. And the grandmother was so busy that she didn't go. And when the grandmother heard that something was going to happen to this little girl, who is the granddaughter, she decided to go and talk with the dad as invited. And so the grandmother, hearing what was happening to this little girl, fought tooth and nail and said, no, not this one. This child has to go to school, just like the other children. Why? Why are you doing all of this? It's not going to happen. And so they began a journey that was going to transform this little girl. She went through all kinds of things, living in the bush, among animals and everything, went through whatever. But while in that bush, it didn't bother her because certain things were loading inside of her, and everything was okay. And during the day, she will go and grope around and look for food, for fruits and everything. Thank God that there were fruits around, good fruits, healthy fruits. And she will eat, and then she will go around. And then when the kids close from school, they will be making noise, playing and coming home. She will go stealthily go to the roadside and beckon them into the bush. And they will come into the bush and they'll be teaching this little girl. And some of the good parents of the village, particularly the mothers, they will always pass and drop food on plantain leaves for this little girl to eat in that bush. And when they say plantain leaf, some of us will say, "Oh, that is so dirty." That is very healthy. It is very medicinal. These plates that we eat in and the steel and all those things, they are not so healthy. When you make your plates out of wood, out of nature, out of all of those things, that is very, very healthy, as opposed to what the world would tell you. So we need to know, going back to nature is uh, is what really, really transformed this little girl. And everything happens for a reason. And so at the age of 12, before I get there, before I get to that place, this little girl, one day, these kids were coming back from school. They say, "Come with us. Let us go and watch a movie." And this was we had in this village. There was only one person that had TV, that kind of big kind of TV, not the smart ones that we have, and they were using a generator. There was no electricity in the village, and said no. I said no. This little girl said, "No, no, no, I don't want to come." But they persuaded her. She went. She watched it, and what came on there, it looks like it's by divine intervention. It said, "Freedom and success in the United States of America." And when they watched that, when this little girl watched, she said, "I am going to walk to the United States of America." And this thing was in her head. Esther is here. Fortunately, we'll continue this story next time. So Esther is here. So Esther, thank you so much. We've been waiting because we can't wait to hear this unique story of yours, and in celebration of Black history. And we know that this is a month that we're just going to celebrate Black history, because celebrating Black history is celebrating the whole of humanity. We know that celebrating Black history is celebrating the source and the beginning of all lives. And we know that. And so we are celebrating every child and every woman, everyone here today, not just Black history. So education is the bridge from history to destiny. It is. One global movement carries the torch of Black excellence, ensuring every child, not only a Black child, has the knowledge to create a brighter tomorrow. And so we are here to hear from you, Esther. We can't wait, and we're going to be very patient. We're going to hear. I'm sorry for cutting that story. We'll pick up from where we ended this story next time. All right. So thank you guys so much. The stage is all yours, Esther. Thank you.
Wow. It's amazing. Is everyone hearing me?
Yes, we are. Welcome.
It is amazing.
Welcome, Esther. We waited.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Let me start by saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Yes. I do not know your own salute or whatever you are in your own country and where you come from. This is just inclusive for everyone.
Yes.
If I tell you that I am not happy today coming in here, I am a liar. And I made sure, despite all struggles on the road, that I made it in here today. That is all over now. I have defeated every struggle. Anyway, it is absolutely my honor to stand before you today and reconnect with this incredible community. I could have just told you people my story without writing it down, but I know that if I just decide to do it without a paper, I will start crying. Let me just put it that way. So it will be good. I read it out, then say one or two things, then anybody can just say what they want to say. It is amazing. Okay. So even during my long and challenging absence, the values of one global movement have remained a light. I mean, a light guiding me through some of those darkest moments of my life.
Wow.
Sister Yvonne Finn, Sister Dr. Yvonne Mundih, and every other person behind the scene has been there for me in every aspect of it. Is it prayers? Is it words of encouragement? Name it all. This is one global movement. It's one global movement that catalyzed my success. I call it success. That is the reason I'm still standing tall. I am still here. So I ask you, this movement is not just a community. Let me tell you the truth. It is a family. And I want to thank each of you for the hope and strength you represent. So, my question is, based on my experience, based on my story, what will you do with your struggles? Will you break down or will you stand tall? For me, I chose to stand tall. And I also know for you, you will choose to stand tall. Standing tall is not your own making. It is a will. It is a desire. It is the ultimate solution to your target. No matter what, once you make up your mind that you are going to succeed, the sky will be your limit. This was my password. I chose to stand tall. So here comes my story. On the 19th of September last year, my family and I faced a life-altering crisis. Without warning, we were evicted from our home of 8 years. A home filled with memories, laughter, and love. We lost it. It was a devastating experience. As a family of 6, including myself as a disabled person, we suddenly found ourselves displaced and uprooted. We were relocated to a place called Travelodge, like a mini hotel. Though I am grateful that we were provided shelter, the challenges we face every day are very immense. From the financial strain of feeding 6 people to lack of internet access, which isolates us further. Just 2 laptops available for a few hours, and those are reserved solely for my children to complete their schoolwork. This lack of connectivity has been one of the reasons for my absence from our meetings. If not, I would have still been showing my face and laughing without anybody knowing what I'm going through. The other is the sheer exhaustion I face daily. The distance I travel to and from work is draining, just like I'm rushing in now. And by the time I return home, I am completely knocked out. So, life has tested us in ways I could not have imagined. But today, my beloved, despite these hardships, I stand before you not as someone defeated by those challenges, someone not broken, but as someone strengthened by them all. I stand before you with hope in my heart because I know I am not alone. I am part of this movement, a movement built on the foundations of unity, justice, and unwavering support for one another. Why? Because we are unshakable in one global movement. We are unstoppable. If you don't know it now. This movement is not for jokes. It is for a lifetime success. The journey has reminded me of the power of resilience. There are moments when life will test us, when the weight of our struggles feels overwhelming. But let me tell you this, the human spirit is unbreakable when fueled by hope, faith, and the belief that together we can overcome anything.
Mhm.
So, in the midst of adversity, what do? You have to stand firm. Life will challenge you. It will test your resolve, your patience, your strength. But I am here to tell you, do not bow to fear. Do not let anyone or anything intimidate you into shrinking yourself. No matter how hard the winds blow, you must plant your feet firmly and stand tall. Authority. Where do you get that authority? Authority is not about power over others. It is not about power within yourselves. It is knowing who you are, what you stand for, and walking with confidence, even when life challenges try to shake you. I have faced setbacks, but I refuse to let them define me. Will you refuse to let setbacks define you? That is the path I chose. I refuse to let setbacks define me. So where do I stop? Do not let anyone or anything intimidate you. Even when life challenges, I stand here as a reminder to you all that no matter what you face, your value does not diminish. Now, fear, is not the end of your story. Fear and intimidation may try to silence you, but they are not the end. They are merely a chapter. I'm coming. Fear is merely a chapter in the book of your life. When you confront fear with courage and faith, you find freedom. And that freedom allows you to stand tall and claim your rightful place in the world. Rise and shine, my beloved. One global movement, no matter what we are going through now, it looks like a child play. But one global movement is here to pull the world, to pull the crowd, to make people understand that there is unity and there is power in coming together.
Thank you.
We are a unit, a bundle of units moving ahead. My journey has not been easy, but it has been purposeful. This that happened is for a purpose. And just as I continue to rise, I encourage each of you to rise above your challenges. Together we can inspire a world where dignity, respect, and justice remain supreme.
Yes.
One global movement is more than a name. It's a call to action, a rallying cry that reminds us that every single one of us has the power to create change. Do we know it? Together, we are unstoppable. As members of one global movement, we have a shared responsibility to uplift one another and push for a world where no one is left behind. There is power in unity, and there is strength in community. When we stand together, we are not just individuals fighting separate battles. We are a force to be reckoned with. We are lifting people out of despair, challenging injustice, and let us never underestimate the ripple effects of what we do here. By standing together, we are not just changing individual lives. We are setting the stage for a future that is brighter, fairer, and filled with possibilities. Rising stronger together. We are going to rise stronger together. For you to have recognized this movement, we are in it together, and in it we are going to achieve success. If you are having a wavering heart about this movement, I will tell you, when you go back today, have a rethink. Come out in force. Let us join hands together and move ahead. Today, I want to remind each of you why we are here. We are not just individuals fighting isolated battles. We are a force of change. We are the voice for those who cannot speak. We are the strength for those who feel weak. And together we are the hope that the world so desperately needs. While life pushes you down, the taller than before, when changes try to break you, rebuild yourself stronger. And when the world tells you to shrink, stand even bigger and bolder than ever. A call for action for one global movement. My story is not just my own. It is a call to action. Look around you. Every person in this room, in this webinar, every person in this movement carries a story of struggle and triumph. Mm-hmm. And together, our stories form a tapestry for resilience that cannot be torn apart. Who has never faced challenges in this place? How did you handle it? Did you decide to allow it to weigh you down? Or you decided to challenge it back and stand tall and tell yourself, I can do it, and you swim out of it? This is what it should be. But let me tell you also, change does not happen by standing still. It happens when we rise up, when we link arms, and when we refuse to accept the status quo. The world needs us now more than ever. To our leaders in this room, every one of us are leaders here, whether you like it or not. So I'm addressing everybody in this room as a leader. I challenge you to lead with courage, to take bold steps even when the path is uncertain. The world does not change with hesitation. It changes with conviction. When you're approaching somebody, approach that person with conviction. Let the person see the inner you, that conviction in you. That is what the world needs. And we keep moving. We keep exploring. And we keep setting targets. And we keep achieving success. For adults, we are all adults here. Maybe there are still little children here. This means standing up for justice. It means for equality and for your values. Even when the odds seem stacked against you, still stand tall. You are the pillars of this movement. Your leadership, courage, and resilience inspire the next generation to carry the torch forward. Let us continue to be examples of what it means to lead with integrity, to stand firm in our values, and to never give up on the fight for justice. To the young ones listening to us, to this speech, it means knowing that your voice matters. You have a right to be heard. You have the right to dream and to claim your place in this world without fear or hesitation. Knowing that authority begins with belief in yourself. Never let anyone tell you that you are too small, that you are too weak, or too inexperienced to make a difference. You were born to stand tall, to lead, and to create change. You are not just the leaders of tomorrow, you are the leaders of today. You little ones. Your ideas, your voices, and your dreams are what will shape the future. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Know your dreams and ideas are the foundation of the future we are building. Speak boldly, dream fearlessly, and know that you are supported by an entire movement that believes in your potentials. To you, the young ones I'm addressing, I repeat this. Know that your dreams and ideas are the foundation of the future we are building. Speak boldly, dream fearlessly, and know that you are supported by an entire movement that is one global movement that believes in your potentials. And to everyone here, let today be the day we stop waiting for someone else to act. Let us be the change makers.
Yes.
Let us not leave this only in the hand of Yvonne, Dr. Yvonne and Yvonne Finn and John Barilla. Everybody that is in this place, or the Nancys and the Melanies, or the Camillas, and the rest of us all. We are here to be together. We are here to move the world. We are here to shake the world. We are here to rise to places. We are here to move mountains. Together, we are unstoppable.
Thank you.
So, turning pain into power. I have learned that our trials do not define us. Our response to them does. Every setback I have faced has been an opportunity to rise stronger. And so I ask you, what will you do with your struggles again? Will you let them hold you down, or will you use them as fuel to propel yourself forward? We are not here to simply survive. We are here to thrive, to lead, to fight for justice, to ensure that no one is left behind. Every action we take, Every hand we extend, every word we speak, it all matters. Together we have the power to lift others out of despair, to challenge injustice, and to create a world where dignity and equality are not just ideas, but realities. Unleash your power. Unleash your power. Let me say this loudly and clearly. You are powerful, more powerful than you realize. When we come together, we are a force that no injustice, no fear, and no obstacle can withstand.
Mm-hmm.
Stand up for those who cannot stand for themselves. Speak out for those whose voices have been silenced. That is why we are here. Fight, not just for your own rights, but for the rights of the voiceless, the powerless, and the forgotten. That is why we are here. We are one global movement. We are the dreamers, the doers, the fighters, and the builders. And together, we can reshape this world. Do you believe in what I'm saying?
Yes,
I want you to
believe.
believe this.
Yes.
Let us move mountains. Let the world
Thank
see
you.
what we can do.
Yes.
Let
I
us
believe.
join
I believe.
what Ash Mufara wanted to do, let us join hand and push him forward. This
Yes.
one global movement is formed out of Unpassive. Unpassive gave us the will to stand.
Yes.
And we are moving. When Ash Mufara see what we are doing here, that is going to encourage him more.
Yes.
Of all the movements, of all the webinars, of all the gatherings that are formed in Unpassive, it is only one global movement, if you do not know it, that represents the reason why Unpassive is formed.
Yes, thank you.
A shared mission. Today, as we gather here as a part of one global movement, I am reminded of the incredible potential we hold when we work together. This is not about one person or one voice. It is about all of us standing together, lifting each other, and pushing for a world where every person's dignity is upheld. Let us commit ourselves to the values we share. We share compassion, justice, and unwavering support for one another. Let us remember that every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, and every step towards change creates ripples that extend far beyond what we can see. So, this is not a call for some grand or unattainable gesture. Change begins with the small, consistent actions we take every day. It begins with how we treat one another, how we advocate for the voiceless, and how we stand together in the face of adversity. Because when we rise together, we refuse to back down. We are unstoppable. Together, we are unstoppable. Let today be a turning point. Let today be the day we renew our commitment to this movement and to each other. Let today be the day we remind the world that hope is alive, that justice is worth fighting for, and that no challenge is too great for us to overcome. So I ask you, will you stand with one global movement? Will you fight with one global movement? Will you rise with one global movement? Because together, we are not just a movement, we are a revolution.
Yes,
one global movement is a revolution. Thank you for allowing me to share my story. Let us go forward with strength, with hope, and with the unshakable belief that together we are unstoppable. Thank you so much. I have seen it all, I have had it all, and I have chosen to stand tall. Join me and stand tall. Let's make a move and get the success we are looking for. The world is waiting for us. Unpassive
Yes, it
is waiting for us. Ash Mufara is waiting for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Esther. Thank
Very
you.
powerful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Esther.
Solidarity, Sister Esther, solidarity.
Thank
We are
you.
here with you.
Sister Yvonne, I'll let you go because you are our most respected.
No. I don't really have that much because I was looking at a quote. You know, this is why our ancestors whatever we are from. This is why they so always wanted to tell stories. They were not always written down, but sharing stories are so powerful. They make you feel part of the whole. As you like to say, sister, we are part of an integrated whole. It encourages us, it inspires us, it teaches us. I had a different kind of challenge recently, a very serious health challenge. But the thing is not to give up. The thing is to have good support. The thing is to have hope. That is what brings you through. I mean, lying down is not going to help you. It does not matter what the crisis is. It has to be, you have to know that you have to pull through. And that is a choice that you make. That's one of the first words that Sister Esther said. I made the choice, because life will test you. It does test you. And those stories in the Bible, there's the Esther story of the same name in the Bible. I mean, that was a powerful story. She faced death if things did not go her way. You know what I mean? So how many of us actually face that? I mean, health challenges are serious and they can kill you, but it does not matter. The choice is ours to make as to how we handle it. And this is why it's so important to come to places like One Global Movement, where it's all about helping you with that mindset that says it's the choice that moves you forward, right?
Absolutely.
A way opens up when you have those crises. Sister Esther here, it didn't happen overnight. The solution to her situation did not happen. She just had to keep pushing through and putting another one foot in front of the other. I love the story that Michelle Obama says. She says, there's power in allowing yourself to be known and heard, in owning your unique story, in using your authentic voice. And there's grace in being willing to know and to hear the stories of others. This is how we build community and move forward. My little choice for that now, sister. So somebody else can go ahead.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Sister
Thank you.
Yvonne.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Sister Melanie.
Sister Melanie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Yvonne and Sister Esther, Yvonne and Camilla. Sister Esther, first of all, I admire your resilience, because we were taught through our struggles, we have to be resilient, and that's how we build. If we never had struggles in this life, we'll never be anywhere, because we'll take life for granted so much so that we think we have, the silver spoon, right? Or the golden spoon, whatever they call it. But taking it from where you were, or what you're going through, it builds strength, and you're going to look at things differently, life differently, and you're going to have so many things that you can innovate, even so many thoughts that you can do things better. How am I going to tackle from where I am, although I'm in deep mire, because going through such challenges, it can put you in a dry place.
Absolutely.
I have been there. I am even there right now. So because of that, you learn to, you learn to have patience. You learn to speak out more. And sometimes people don't like when you talk about something, not that you're being ignorant, you're choosing your thoughts, but you're saying something that is real and you're speaking from real heart. And sometimes people don't like it, but it's things that you're seeing, you're noticing, and these are things that will help to build you or to stray you away from certain poisonous things in life, right? When I say poisonous things, like situations, and things like that. But you take that and you build yourself, you find ways, even if your family, your immediate family or whoever, and we are here as brothers keepers. We are all here together. And that's why I said solidarity, because we are not alone. As we always keep saying, no man is an island. And whatever it is that you have, you already mentioned it. And I appreciate your bravery, because I like to speak in pieces. I don't bring everything out, and people don't have a hard time with me doing that. But that's how I was grown.
That's the person I am. I don't keep anything within me. Unfortunately, that's me.
But I learned to take things and build on it. Take things, even when you're crying, you're building something. I do that. I'm an actress. I'm crying, but I say, Lord, I know you're planting me somewhere else. I know you're gonna make me do something else, and I'm ready to do it, Lord. I'm sobbing, but I know I'm going to do it. I won't stay at square one. So thank you very much for bringing that story up. Thank you, Sister
Thank you.
Yvonne, for giving me that chance.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Our beautiful sister Camilla, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here. We want to hear from you, sister.
Absolutely.
Good evening, everybody.
Good
I'm
evening.
I'm here from time to time, and I know it's very important what you are doing here every day almost. And you are the mouth of the people that of the children that can't speak for themselves.
Yes.
You stand in front here to tell the world what children needs, because children are small. Nobody help him. It's like, I don't want to similar it to animals, but they can't speak for themselves. They don't know how to do it. So we are the adult who was children a long time ago, and we know what children needs, and we know what the world doesn't help to those children. We are here to stand up and to say, save those children from struggling, from war, from from not having food, from not having water. Especially now, there are war many places. Children are dying for nothing because of bad people. So we have to stop it and to make the world a better place for all of us, especially for children, is innocent children, which suffer for no reason.
Yes, absolutely. You're right, Camilla.
And we need to educate them from small to be a better people in future, to be a better adult, to be a good ones with big heart. We give the example from what we are doing here,
Yes.
and the world have to listen and to know how to do it. And you, Yvonne, you do a very great job,
Thank you.
and I really appreciate it. And you too, Yvonne, not one. And I really appreciate it, and salute you. And
We
John
salute you.
Barilla behind today,
Yes,
but he's always with you too.
Yes.
he
And
is.
Melanie support you more.
Yes.
And Esther, all of you are wonderful. And continue doing what you're doing. And on Passive and Ash Mufaro will help us in future. We are
Yeah.
waiting for him. We
Yes.
are believing in him. He's doing behind the scene what he needs to do. And he
Yes.
will come back with us to show us and help us to do it better. And
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
sister.
Thank you.
That was great. Thank you, Camilla.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you. I
Thank
saw
you.
Brother Diffia here. It looks
Wow.
like the internet is really disturbing him a lot. I want
Okay.
to say thank you. Let me make this screen full now. I don't know how to make it. Let me see. Am I able to make it? There we go.
Yes. There
Okay.
you go.
So I am really so grateful for this day as any other day. I'm grateful for you, Esther. And let me see, Brother Divya is here again. Welcome, Brother Divya. It looks like the internet is a problem. If you can speak, you indicate. We are really happy that you joined us here today. If you can speak, you indicate, sir. Otherwise, Esther, a lot of times when I want to speak, I cry too much. I don't know, but I am very grateful. I think sometimes my tears speak better than my words. I am really grateful because when I joined on Passive, the very first day that I appear on uh, our beautiful brother's show, Mr. Milo, and I was talking about my story, and this lady that you see there, she, for some reason, I was just wondering, why would the woman, is she okay? Why is she really screaming like that from the audience? That I would join you. I've been looking for somebody like you, but I am disabled. I don't know how you're going to be able to work with me. And that really gripped my heart a lot because ability or disability does not disturb anybody from doing the right thing in life, from helping those that cannot help themselves, from helping the voiceless, our children and women. We've seen it around the world. Some of us are contributing factors to what children and women are going through in the world. We see it every day. And I am always in the news trying to see what is going on around the world. How better can we help here in one global movement? And we have to start small, because when we wait, we don't know tomorrow. We don't know what tomorrow brings. If we see the light and life today, if we are breathing, we do it right now, because not everybody woke up. And as I speak, I myself am disabled right now because of a work-related injury. But this is the only thing that heals me, by making sure that I'm doing what we are supposed to be doing for women and children. Because I was at that point too. My mother, my grandmother, and I see women still today going through a lot, and children. Why? Why? And when Esther says, I am disabled, you're sitting there, but your mouth can speak. That means that we have something, no matter how, and no matter what people say about it, we have something to contribute to the world. Now, right now, presently in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, children are being gunned down. Women are running, running. Why? Why? We were born to coexist with one another. That's the way God created us, all of us. We were not born to divide. When you divide, you're going to die, you're going to leave your children behind. Do you know what those children are going to go through? We can come together. We know the world has been so biased in a lot of ways. We've been taught the wrong things. We are reading books that the truth is not being written. We're supposed to educate the world from our own culture, but first of all, the culture of the one that created us. There is that unique culture that goes for all of us. You speak in your language, I speak in my own language. You do things the way that you were taught to do them in your culture, but even though some aspect of that culture are not still right, and we are here to bring these things together, to work to really help these children. A lot of children, they are living in warehouses, they are living in offices, they are living on the street right here in the land of plenty. And people are using other people against other people. We should never, never, because in the end, when two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. When you and I fight, the children suffer. And it's for that reason that Mr. Ashmafara brought us together through the eyes of a little boy that was placed in this kind of situation that we're talking about. And so we will support him to the end of time. I will. I say it for myself. I will,
Yeah.
because this is the channel for which my grandmother blessed me and said, God has aligned people on your path to hold your hand to cross so you can reach every woman and every child and every young person. And Mr. Ashmufara has created that for us. He has. If you're sitting there not being grateful, I don't know what you're looking for. Because if you keep looking for that money, you're not going to get it. Because that money
Yeah.
comes from your heart towards this vulnerable population in the world. And so
Right.
this is, we are celebrating Black history. I would say Black history. I don't want to say Black History Month, because we're supposed to celebrate every child, every person. It's not just Black history. Because why? Black people around the world, I would say it clear because it's not hidden. It is written in books, are the most vulnerable population in the world.
It is.
From slavery to colonialism to neo-colonialism to all kinds of things, oppression. Why? Why? A mother does not deserve, or a father does not deserve, to sit at home and be afraid. What is going to happen to my child because I'm a Black person? We need to do away with all this. When you do that, it's also affecting your own children. Nobody, you never created us. Humanity started with a Black person. If you guys don't know, that's history. It's not me. I have all kinds of color. I have the Camellas, I have the Melanies, I have the Yvonne, the Esther. I have all colors in my family. Why should I have to hate somebody? No, that is not called for. And we can do this. We can do it together with love and dignity and with respect for human being. And knowing that these people that are behaving like this is not of their own making. They were taught to do that from childhood. And we should not
Yes.
blame them, but we should look for ways to help them together while also helping the others. We help every child. by trying to show love and changing their mindset. We should never ever have to go against. Look at a little child that is born, and you take that child and throw that child into with other children. What do? They just blend in. They start playing. A child sees a baby. The baby, it doesn't matter whether it's a brown, red, black baby or dusty baby. They embrace that baby, and you see the love flowing from that child to that baby. This is the kind of love that we have to model in the world. We can transform the world just with peace and love without any fight. Our power is not measured by the power of the sword or the power of how I can oppress somebody or kill somebody. No, it is measured on how we can love and bring that nurturing and do it together. Saying that if Yvonne is wrong, because I'm going to be wrong a lot of times, I would bypass that wrongness and see what I can do that would change that situation. Or that this person is angry. Why? There has to be a reason. We don't stigmatize people. We just move ahead to do the right. That is the kind of place that I was brought in, where the village came together to bypass all my faults or my wrongs and say, I will educate this child. I will love this child. I will use this child so that this child can come back to this village and transform this village, which we are doing. But through you, and all of us here, we can transform the children. It's not me going to every place. We can come together to transform the children so that we're building a foundation, we're not just only waiting for Mr. Ashman Farrell, but he has brought us together already, provided the first resources. I am working day and night to see what we can do. What I cannot do, other people will help me to do it, and they are doing it. That's why the 5 Chicks per Child program is working, and the 6 program is going to start working. Are you going to be the representative for One Global Movement in your community to take what we have in the future and distribute it fairly and equitably with love and dignity? Let us all do that. So thank you guys so much. Let me send Mr. Divya in before the internet kicks him out again, now that he has the opportunity to come here. Mr. Divya, please speak if you can, please. The stage is all yours. We don't want you to be kicked out again, please. And so let us encourage each and every one of us, support the dream of Mr. Ash Mufari. I am so happy and grateful that his dream is my dream.
Hello,
Yes, go ahead. The stage
hello.
is all yours. Go ahead.
Uh, Let me clear it that am I clearly audible, everyone or not?
Yes, you are. Go
Hello.
ahead before you get kicked out. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, okay. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Firstly, our beloved sister, Dr. Yvonne Mundih, and I would also like to thank to all our special guests today. We can see, we can witness in front, and today what we have saw as a matter of point that in this day is a very special day, yes, indeed, because we have gone through so many, problems. And if you look at that this month is obviously dedicated to our, what to say, that the African people. And if you look at the history, because it's a very big thing, the history and everything, that how they have conquered, despite of having different kinds of problems and difficulty, and it was overcome by them. Now we are able to see that how rapidly they are progressing, though the problem is persisting. But we believe because the humanity is still there, and we are all together to survive. We are all together to move ahead with a very positive vibes. And all these things are really available in the platform that named on passive, though we are still facing a lot of problem in here. But believe me, I'm still having very great faith that one day nobody can say that which one will be the day, but of course, one day will come when all the positives, all sorts of problem, the day-to-day life, what we are existing every day, is going to be vanished because this beautiful program, this beautiful on passive is about to come. But when, we can't say exactly right now, but I'm hoping and I really have a very great expectation because here all the great leaders around the corner of the world, they all are present here, and I'm having a very great hope. And I'm really sorry for that we were not available due to the so many reasons of what to say, but I will say later on about. And thank you again to our great sisters. You can see the Carmela sister is also from Israel. And I can also see all the great guns or women great guns are available here. So thank you indeed to each and every one. And we
Thank
hope
you.
for a winning attitude.
Thank you. And I was looking at the beautiful flower. Oh, Sister Camela's flower. Thank you so much for that beautiful background. That really inspires me and all of us here a lot. And when we're going through this, Mr. John Barilla, please, before this month goes to an end, I would also like you to hop on here and say a word or two about the celebration of Black history. That is so important that you come here. You can also prepare to sing a song. That would be very, very nice too. So, but it's so imperative that you come here. You are the MD, and I think it's really important that you do that. So we are celebrating Autumn. We're not going to be able to read everything here, but each and every one of you here is highly appreciated and welcome. Without you, we will not be here. Without Mr. Ash Mufara, we will not be here. And therefore, when we are brought together in this kind of unity, we really, really make good use. We should make good use of it. We should appreciate it. Remember, I was brought with the spirit of Ubuntu. I will always repeat it. That's who I was brought up with, Ubuntu. You can look it up. Ubuntu is the African spirit that says we were born to coexist in love and unity and kindness with one another. That you are there because I am here. Mr. Ash Mufara is there because we are here, and we are here because he's there, and he understands that principle. I know he does, because otherwise he would not have done what he has done in the world. And that is the kind of spirit that we all should embrace. Whether you are in Bangui, my little village, whether you are in the United States, Canada, you are in Nigeria, you are in Israel, it does not matter. We are all one. So let us begin to do this thing. You can only do it starting with you in your home, in your neighbors, in your neighborhood, in your environment. Then you expand outward. Therefore, we are uplifting Mr. Ash Mufara. This spirit, this kind of energy, God will take it and it will act. Our cries and our prayers and our support will make him to excel, and we will be loving tomorrow because we will be able to help these children. Let us not just keep quiet and be waiting for money. Don't wait. Do something. Like Melanie said in one of our sessions that I am saving, putting my little pennies aside. Do you have a piggy bank for your child? We're going to talk about the piggy bank program. When you give your child money, try to divide it into three. 10% is to help those who cannot help themselves, or to share their lunch with somebody at school. 60% of it is to help to buy things for themselves or to pay bills. The other percentage is to save it. We have to teach them the spirit of saving. You and I, a lot of us don't have it. Don't wait for Mr. Ash Mufara. He never waited before bringing us together. He just went ahead to do it. Do it so that when he finally comes, because he's going to come, then you will make it easy for him by doing something. You can go and sell water. Don't put chips on your shoulders. You can go and clean the lakes in your area that are being polluted. You can help a black child that is being discriminated upon. There are even black people all over the world, even in your community, that are relegated to the background and into the forest. And we are all looking without saying a word and pretending to be good people. Go and do something about it. I am doing it for every child. We are doing it for every child. We're not just saying, but we focus on those that are the most vulnerable in society. Let us do it. It is time to stand up and take action. And take action not just by word, really doing. The doing is what that matters. And without looking into the face of say, oh no, I can't associate with this one. Oh no, I come from a high class. No, you don't. We all come from the high class of Almighty God. And we deserve to do something. Whether you are limping, whether you don't have eyes. If you don't have eyes, you have a mouth. If you don't have hands, you have legs. God has blessed us in different ways, and we deserve to do this thing without, because when you discriminate, when you oppress a child, when you oppress a woman, you're doing it to yourself. You will never be at peace with yourself, and you will never see the goodness of God in yourself. So let us do the best thing that we can. So I'm just going to read a few things. The managing director is always welcoming each and every one of you here. And thank you guys so much for being here. And let me see. And I know that our brother Shujit is here. Thank you. Melanie, of course, thank you so much for joining us here and for contributing from your heart to what we are doing here today. And this is the kind of energy that Mr. Ash Mufara needs here. And managing director is always absolutely welcoming everyone on here today and every day. Feel free to chat away when something occurs to you as you listen to the folks on the panel. That's Uncle John. Okay, that's my uncle. And then we have Rajesh Damo. If you're new here, you're welcome here, and thank you so much. Let us do well to subscribe, and so that we can get everything, and let us get our children and our families anchored to what we are doing here, because we are doing it for every child and every family. And we have our brother Cecile Wire. How are you? Thank you so much for being here with us today. We highly appreciate you. Or Tampa Pre. Thank you. That our beautiful little girl is here. Happy New Year. I'm going. Oh, is this is January? This is February. Okay. Thank you so much with a beautiful smile. We highly appreciate you. We have Washim Saki. How are you, brother? Thank you so much for standing behind our children. And the managing director says, everyone, but I point to Black history and culture because they were not always celebrated for their accomplishment to the world and society. Some whites got credit when a Black person deserved it. Thank you so much, John. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that kind of recognition and statement. That shows that we make sure that every child, every person matters. You are not better than a Black person, I say. The origin of humanity came from Africa. I'm not saying that to be proud because I'm Black. It is the truth. God created it that way. You and I, we came from Africa. We came from the same great parents. If you're living in your country, in your community, and you see a child, it doesn't even matter what kind of a child, but particularly a Black child or a Black family being oppressed and suppressed by some people or by a government, you have to fight for. Because there are Black people that have been relegated into places that they're not supposed to. Some of them, their lands have been seized. We need to fight for. Let us give them that dignity and love that they deserve. And together we can do it, but we can do it with love and dignity. And we can bridge the divide, people fighting one another. We know that there's war all over, even in Israel and Palestine. We don't deserve to go through that. We don't. We can bring this together by love and dignity. So thank you so much. And we have Afori Amponsa. Thank you so much for being here again today. We highly appreciate you, and Happy New Year again. And let's go down here. And John is always welcoming everyone. Thank you. That's our managing director here. He is so bent on really welcoming everyone here uniquely. And Sister Yvonne says, education enlarges the mind, increasing capacity to make one more capable. That is a very powerful quote there. So thank you so much for putting that there. And I'm sure I'm going to be putting it online for everyone to learn. And I want to encourage everyone to spread the word about One Global Movement, and maybe bring someone here with you by sharing the link with a fellow founder or even someone not in Unpassive. Yes. And we know the divide that goes on in the world, even right within us in Unpassive. You don't have to say, I'm going but here. I'm going but here. Mr. Ashmafara does not want that. And he has shown it. He might be quiet because he has bigger things to do, to accomplish. We know even from our leaders are so divided. And they think you have to go here, don't go here, don't do this. Those things don't work. Kids are tired of all those things. I am tired as a mother. We don't need that for anybody. Let us just bring one another together. And I say here, if you have something like a webinar or something that you form, let us come there and also support it and talk about it. What else are you going to be talking about in this world without talking about children and young people and women? What else? What else? If you're talking about something else, then we don't know what that thing can be. Because this is, to me, this is the most noble job that we can do for humanity. And it starts with children and young people, and women included. Because when you educate one child, you educate one woman, you have educated the entire world. That is very important. So thank you so much. And we have Fulchan Ashmira. How are you, sir? Happy New Year. Thank you so much for joining us again today. We appreciate you. And we have all the hashtags that we can think of, because John is very good with this hashtag, but I'm going to say hashtag unpassive, hashtag unpassivicious, hashtag Ashmufare. Thank you so much, John. And we have Clover Kelly. Happy New Year. How are you, sister? Thank you so much for joining us. Good evening to all the panelists of One Global Movement. We appreciate you. Thank you. And let's go here down. If I see any new, I know that Sister Yvonne is always watching, so I don't miss anybody. And Sanjaya Kuma Panda, how are you? Thank you so much. Happy New Year again. If we haven't said Happy New Year to you, thank you so much for being here with us today. And of course, our special Kamala, thank you, with a beautiful rose. Thank you so much, sister, for joining us. You know, anything that concerns humanity, it does not matter the time. You just get up without even knowing that you're getting up to support children. Imagine a child picking food from the garbage and eating, and you are there eating 3 meals a day. It is for that reason that we need to support Unpassive with all our endeavors, our little endeavors, and One Global Movement is one of those little endeavors that is supporting Unpassive. Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you.
Yes.
And let's go here. I'm going down. I want to make sure that everybody is mentioned. And then we have our brother Praveen Kumar. Happy New Year, and thank you so much for coming back here. We highly appreciate you, sir, for supporting women and children worldwide. Thank you. And let's go down here. Pierre Topo. Wow, our family. They're coming back little by little. Thank you so much, Pierre, for being here today. We highly appreciate you. And we have, of course, our arts director. How are you, little brother Kushal? Thank you so much for being here. We miss you. Happy New Year. Thank you. And we encourage you to encourage others. We cannot leave the good news out, because when Unpassive is here, we want to be able to, because I'm gathering names. I've gathered more than 3,000 names of young people that will be included in Unpassive. And so we need more names. We need bring those children here, but when they're in school, leave them to study. But let them know about this. They can watch, but this stage is for them. We are just helping here. We are helpers. This stage is for them. They can come and talk about their excitement, their adventures, their projects. Maybe some of them just got married. We can talk about it here. We're going to be teaching about marriage and how to win the heart of a woman. You know, we're going to be teaching those things here. The way that we understand them, all of us, we can bring our ideas together and help our children so that they can maintain their relationship in a good way. So let us encourage these children to be here. So thank you so much. And then we have Surrender Sing Pong. How are you? Welcome back, and thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate you. And then let's go down here. Okay. We're going down. Of course, Esther, I'm not going to mention your name again because you are your mother Esther in the Bible. And we thank you so much for what you just did here today. And guess what? I'm writing a book on Esther. Okay, all the beautiful women, powerful women in the Bible. I'm writing. Yes. And let's go down here. And thank you so much for your love, Camilla. Thank you, thank you. And we love you too as well. Of course, Nancy. Oh my God, I was going to say, where is my Nancy Jody? And she's here. Thank you so much, Nancy, for what you're doing behind the scene for children and women around the world. We appreciate you. And let's go. And of course, our big brother, Sir Epi Mahusadanan. Thank you so much. Hashtag unpassive, hashtag OGM. Thank you. And let's go down here. And Sister Yvonne say, one global movement supports all the unique stories that make us a global family who wants to lift up one another. Hashtag one global movement. That is so true. We support everyone, regardless. All right. And thank you, Kamala, again for your support. And we have Ashok, Sir Ashok Kumar. Happy New Year and welcome again. Thank you so much. We appreciate your support and your resilience and your firm stand for Unpassive in one global movement. Thank you so much. And Sir AP says, hello, Esther Chukwuocha, Kushal, everyone here, Yvonne Finn. Greetings to all here. Love you all. We are part and parcel of a society who love to develop a strong and good humanity all over the globe. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. We highly appreciate you. And let's go down here. All right. And then thank you for putting that link in there. This is our link on Facebook. We start small. This is where we start small. We can only spread the gospel and the mission of one global movement through starting small. And starting small is our Facebook page. Go there, please, and make a commitment to help at least 10 people go like and follow this page so that we can begin to develop resources and spread this to AI. AI will take it all over. Before you know, we start getting good people that will want to speak. And a lot of people they're coming here to speak. I wish, and I'm waiting. If O Connect is here, those people will be flooding in here like crazy. So, and let us keep supporting One Global Movement. Go to YouTube and subscribe. Help somebody to subscribe. There are some people who don't know, like our parents, like my mom. Now we are speaking, she's already watching because we taught her, we subscribe, and now she knows how to just turn it on. So let us help people. We can only help these children by helping other people. So let us help. It's not about One Global Movement. It's about uplifting humanity from the heart. It's not about Ash Mufara. It's about helping to provide clean, safe, and valuable solutions to all sectors of the global economy, starting with the future. And the future are our children. So thank you guys so much for being here. I am so grateful. Esther, just give a short final word and let us call it a day. Esther, I think you're muted. Or did I mute you? Let me check.
No. I've unmuted it. Yeah, okay. My son was playing piano, so the background noise. Yeah, thank you to everyone, to all my bosom bone friends, together, business partner, whatever you call it. I am more than grateful to be back here. You know, this is where it is. This is where life is. This is where we speak up, and this is where life is taking us to the success we are looking for the little ones that cannot speak up. No matter how you can contribute to move this movement forward. Let me tell you, while I was in my struggle, I was busy trying to finalize my father's legacy, Clifford Agnes Goddard Foundation. I can tell you today that is a charity, a company that have come to stand. I have opened account in that name. I have got all the certificates, all the EFCC and whatever it is. I have got all of them now. So the sky is my limit in that company. And little by little, as I get little money, I keep putting it there to try to start helping little children for what I want to do. So there is nothing hiding anymore. The next thing now is to get an office so that I'll put somebody there for the distribution of food. That is where I'm going to start. So everything is in place. I encourage every one of you, please move forward. Wherever it is your dream, whatever it is you want to do, go ahead and do it. Don't let anything stop you. If I can do this and finalize this in the midst of my struggle, you also can do it.
Yes.
So together we move mountains. So I will bring in little by little some other things we can have to rub minds together and see the way we can move things forward. Thank you so much. God bless you all. It's a pleasant day. Sister Melanie, I heard you. Even though you didn't open up completely, but I heard you. Sister Yvonne Finn, I also heard you. There is a deeper voice that is not spoken out. But Sister Camilla, I also heard you. John Barilla and every one of you, and not to talk of our Dr. Yvonne Finn, I have you, Dr. Yvonne Mundih. It's still Dr. Squared. Yeah, I had you all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hearing my story. And together, we are unstoppable. God bless you.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you again. Make sure you tune in to Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays to watch the pre-recorded. Wednesday and Friday will be here. We encourage more people. Please come on here. Encourage your children to come on here. We are just helping. They need to occupy this stage. But thank you guys so much. I love you all. Until next week, have a beautiful weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. God
Bye,
bless.
everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a
Bye,
beautiful
Esther.
Bye.
Bye.